12, comments from council members. We're going to receive an oral report from Councilmember Irene O'Connell on her attendance at the annual League of California Cities Conference held in Sacramento, California on September 13 to 15, 2017.
Thank you. I attended 8 sessions ranging from a session about Senate Bill 1, which is called Funding Fix for California Roads. That bill will hopefully realize us at least another $1 million for local street and road repair per year, so that's good news. Plus there'll be money for competition for projects for street and roads. So that's a hopeful thing. There was also a session on Proposition 64, and it talked about, of course, the Marijuana Act and the ramifications of that. A couple interesting things that we hadn't discussed, which we probably will at some point. One of the things that was brought up was the additional training that firemen would need to go through if we approved any commercial uses and commercial distributions because of the oils that considers hazardous waste, so they have to have a special training in how to deal with that. Also in the distillation of the oils from it, they have to use propane, so there's all these different ramifications that nobody's really talked about, so that was in there. Another thing was effective public presentations, which was about PowerPoint, so we'll see that next time. One was about fireworks, which talked about the impacts of enforcement and challenges and what city officials should know. And there was about 50 different cities represented there. And we are the only city that has figured out to recharge or to charge back to the nonprofits the cleanup and enforcement fees. So I shared that with some of the people, and they were kind of surprised. And I said, it's worked for a long time, and it's very effective. So that was a good thing. Another was reducing pavement life cycle costs and greenhouse gases. And I have a bunch of information about that, which was also fascinating. Another was libraries, centers for workforce and economic development, which we do some of, but this was a kind of a different way to look at it. Another was crisis management for cities, which our city manager was on the panel, which was, she was an excellent speaker and had some fascinating questions that she answered. I also listened to 2 keynote speakers and visited over 180 vendors, which I brought back a stack of information to the city manager. So, that's what I did on my 2 days.
Good, thank you. Any other comments from council members?
To the chair. Irene?
Yeah.
Thank you for attending and representing.
Oh, and I did do the voting too.
Good job. Marty?
Got 2 announcements. Both are occurring at the American Legion. On Saturday at 9:30, there's the all-you-can-eat breakfast. It's a great deal, $10 and made-to-order omelets, and I'm going to be hopefully being able to cook again there. They let me do it last time, and I didn't get fired. So the second event there is October 1st at 2:30. There's a candidate forum. Should go to 2:30 to 4 o'clock. So if you wanted another opportunity to talk to or question all of the candidates, that will be your opportunity. Town hall. Thank you, Robert.
Through the chair, just a request from staff. Is there any update on the rec center pool design or that facility? And if so, if that could be, somewhat, to some extent communicated to the public.
Absolutely. I can give you 30 seconds on that right now. The request for proposals / qualifications has been distributed to a wide variety of architectural and design firms. I believe there are 30 in total on our list that we've carefully vetted to make sure that they are reasonably nearby, could get to San Bruno, and that they have the in their portfolio similar projects of similar scope and complexity. We have actually been impressed and very pleased with the response that we've received. The proposals are due on October 13th, I believe. We have a scheduled opportunity to meet next week, and we'll provide an opportunity for interested proposers to view our existing facilities and the area of City Park where we intend to construct the new facilities. Just based on the numbers of calls, I did ask our staff in the city manager's office to reach out by telephone to all of the people that we emailed and hard copy mailed to, just to sort of express our interest in coordinating with them and make sure they had received the opportunity. She, in making those phone calls, has received a very positive response, and we've heard from, I would say, a good half dozen or more of them that they are definitely planning to propose. So I think that's actually very good news.
Thank you. And to take that just a little further, I'm going to ask through the chair that David eventually give us some updates. There's a lot of projects that have been reviewed in this community, architectural review, community meetings and things, and if we can get just a little summary of where they are right now, and then also we need to play up the the Bay Hill specific plan. I believe that hearings are going to be in October again. I think there's going to be more community meetings, so I don't want the community to lose sight of what's going on and assume what is happening, which means that there's bad information or fake news out there.
We'll do that. Great idea. Thank you.
Okay, anything else?